Welcome to your cool down. So this means that you must have just completed a workout, and I'm really proud of you for committing to the cool down. It's something a lot of people skip, and it's so beneficial for you to invite in a cool down into your practice. It supports the body in a million ways. So let's get into it. Today we'll do just a bit of a full body cool down because of course I don't know exactly what workout you did. We'll start with the low lunge. So step your right foot forward, sink those hips down and slide the back knee behind you so you can sink your hips towards the mat. We start with our knee and our ankle stacked. Heel and ball of the foot is flat. Now, if you having your hands down on the mat here is really sticky and uncomfortable for your chest and shoulders, I always suggest grabbing for a yoga block and just putting it underneath your left hand so it lifts you away from the floor a bit, creates a bit more support for you. Another thing you could do is bring the elbows or the hands to the leg. Now, for some, having your body stacked over your pelvis is going to make this too intense. So just a few options to consider for yourself. From here, we will flow back into a hamstring stretch. So you will gently guide your pelvis, your hips back. Start to straighten your front leg. Walk your hands back with you. Flex the toes up. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Sink your chest over. Relax your head with you too. Really think about the tailbone pressing back towards your heel. And we flow back into our lunge. Sink those hips. Back into your hamstring stretch. And we'll add one more layer to this. As you find your low lunge, extend your right arm up towards the ceiling, twisting up and open. Great big reach. You can circle the arm once or twice. And flow right back into your hamstring stretch. Coming forward. Sink those hips, twisting open. Maybe circle opposite way a couple times. Do that one more time for me. Perfect. Take your time to switch sides. Sink into it. Just hold for the first couple of breaths. Deepen the breath in and out. And if you really just did finish a workout moments ago and your heart rate might still be elevated, so taking the time to bring it back down, but don't force it to slow down. Just let the body do its thing. All right, guide those hips back in space. Flex the front toes, bowing over the front leg. Float forward. Let's invite in our twist, back in our lunge. Left arm high to the sky, circling once or twice. Flow back to your hamstring stretch. Sink the tailbone down. Last flow through. Awesome job. All right, step to all fours. Let's move through a cat-cow for the spine. So really press down through all 10 fingers, all 10 knuckles. You're in a flat back. And we will move into a cow stretch. So the belly drops down. You peel your chest forward, tailbone tips, crown of the head growing towards the ceiling. Exhale, round it out. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Inhale forward. Exhale, round. Okay, from here, bring the knees closer together, flat back. You will bring your right leg long behind you. Keep the toes connected to the mat. Slide your right toes over towards the left side. Peek over your left shoulder. Can you see your right foot? Hold it here. Get this nice side bend, side stretch. From here, the toes slide across the floor. You straighten your spine out. The toes glide all the way over to the right side. If you were on a clock, it would be pointing to 3 o'clock. When I look over my shoulder, I can see my leg. Anchor the heel down and give yourself a little rock forward and back. Sometimes it feels good to rotate the toes up to the ceiling with you. So you can exclude that if you wish. And we flow through this guy now, reaching the toes back in space. Side bend, look over the left shoulder. Breathe in here. Breathe out here. Slide the toes over to right. Over to 3 o'clock. Return the heel to the mat. Rock forward and back. Maybe the toes lift. One more time. We go all the way back. Left side. Peek over the shoulder. Slide over to right. Anchor the heel. Rocking. Perfect. All right. Let's switch right over to the other side. Right or left toe is out long, sweeping over to the right side, peek over your right shoulder. Glide the toes over to the left. 9 o'clock now on this side. Rocking. We move through this 2 more times. Stay connected to your body, connected to your mat. We are so conditioned to just keep thinking about what's next, what's next, what's next, where we got to go, what do we got to do? And I invite you to stay present here a little longer, to enjoy this part of your workout, your experience, your practice, just as much as the rest of it. All the way over. Let's finish this guy off. Peek over the shoulder. Over to the side. Return back to all fours. Keep the big toes together. Go ahead and widen the knees. Sink your hips back to your heels and reach the arms forward in front of you, softening your forehead down to the mat, surrendering the chest. You could stay here or walk your fingertips a little bit further ahead. Bend at your elbows. Bring the palms together to prayer and bring the hands overhead, relaxing the forehead down. Now, if this is not comfortable, you could rest your head on a block as well. Maybe you need to inch the elbows a little bit further ahead, maybe inch them a little bit closer together to get the right stretch for you. Customize this. Roll it up. Let's finish off on our back. Bring the knees in towards your chest. Carefully let the legs fall towards the left side, all the way down gently till they make contact with the floor. The arms can open to a T. Breathing in here. Breathing out. Now, another option for this is to stack a block or a ball between the knees, if that feels better for your hips. Breathe in. Long breath out. Carefully guiding the legs back to center. And then legs fall to the right side, making contact with the mat or the floor, winding the chest open. Now, even as we're cooling down, the transitions from one side to the other, from one flow or pose to the next, is just as important. You want to keep and maintain the pace. So that means the transition is almost a movement, a pose, a flow in itself. So committing to that, not rushing through it. Bring yourself back to the center line carefully. Return your feet to the mat. We'll finish with just a single breath together. Hands rest wherever is comfortable. Chin is slightly tucked back and the neck is long. Take a breath in, filling up the chest, diaphragm, belly, sides of the waist, the back of the body. Hold it at the top, really savoring it there for a moment. Parting the lips and exhaling completely. Amazing. And you're all done. Thanks for joining me.